I've been traveling. I was just in Texas, and I got my first taste of Southern hospitality on the plane because there was a baby crying, and some lady yelled out, "If you don't shut that baby up and feed it, I'll take my titty out and feed it myself." So then I started crying. Wah, 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 bitch, I'm a baby. Well, welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. I've been all around this country because of this amazing technology known as TikTok. Clap if you're here from TikTok. TikTok has given all of you ADD and turned it into money for me, and all I can say is thank you, China. I love China. China is the greatest country in the world. Matter of fact, I learned some Mandarin from my Chinese overlords. It goes, "Hong Kong, she woman de," which translates to Hong Kong belongs to China. I love China. Speaking of China, any Asians here? Okay. I like how most of the Indians stay quiet. Good job, guys. That was a test. That's right, I'm not gonna start rapping Asians now. Indians and Asians have had beef since calculus class. I'm gonna shit on Asians, okay? I got Asian friends with strong Asian names like John and Victor. They're good guys. This whole Stop Asian Hate movement, I don't know how I feel about it. Don't get me wrong. I don't condone the violence. I actually went to a Stop Asian Hate march. At least I thought I did. Turns out I was just online at Supreme, and struggle is real. But the whole Asian hate movement is emblematic of a much larger problem in this country. See, in this country, we never treat the disease. We only treat the symptom. See, we don't need to stop Asian hate. We need to stop American stupidity. That's what needs to happen. Stop, don't clap. People started beating up Asians because some asshole got on TV and said Asians have a highly contagious virus. Someone tells you Asians have a highly contagious disease, and your first instinct is to get within fighting distance of this person? What's that? You got AIDS? Well, let me fuck you in the ass. This will show you what happens. What are we doing? I knew at a very early age not to fuck with Asian people. Because my best friend in high school was this Chinese kid. He was so Chinese, he was valedictorian. And he was also a swimmer, 100% all muscle. You'd have to have brain damage to fuck with him, so naturally, a hockey player did. And one day I saw him shoulder check this ice jockey into a concrete wall. And I was like, bro, why the hell did you just do that? He's like, he called me the worst thing you could call a Chinese person. Japanese. Oh, fuck. Oh. It's been humbling to travel this country and realize I have fans. It's made me think of who my first fans were. And it had to be my grandparents. My grandma was the first person to ever laugh in my face on purpose. I was 4 years old. She's like, you look like Mr. Bean. I thought it was a compliment. I was like, I know you see it. It's fine. I've come to terms with it. To those of you that don't find Mr. Bean attractive, I assure you, Mr. Bean fucks. All day, every day. You want it, you can get it. I got you. Mr. Bean fucks. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt for sure. Just... My grandparents are the reason I'm funny. I remember the first joke I ever told was to my grandpa. I was 5 years old, and to avoid an ass whooping, I used a joke. He was towering over me. He said something in Gujarati. He said, which translates to, I'll put your head between your ears. And I'm down there like, it's already there, bro. He started laughing. I was like, oh shit, and I ran to my grandma's arms. She's like, come here, Mr. Bean. And from that point on, I knew comedy could be used to avoid painful situations. I try to laugh at everything. Laughing at death. You ever think about death?
All the time.
All the time. What's your name?
John.
All the time. You know how you want to go?
A raging inferno.
In a raging inferno.
Yeah, like, why not?
What's wrong with you? You ever start a conversation with someone and be like, man, I should not have done that? Like you ask your Uber driver how the day is going, and then they respond, you're like, oh, my bad, bro, I didn't. I was just raised well. You know how I want to go? I want to die a burden to my family. That's how. I want to go like 10 years after I'm supposed to. I'm going to leave a bunch of competing wills and some confusing documents. Like a do not resuscitate and then resuscitate using oral sex only. All kind of wild shit. If you gotta die, you might as well be annoying, you know? I've been thinking about death a lot because I got a Citi Bike. And if you've never questioned your own mortality, get a Citi Bike. Just the other day, I was cruising, listening to Drake, and I almost got T-boned by a Volvo. That would have been a hilarious headline, though. Comedian killed by one of the safest cars in the world, God's plan. Death. Been thinking about death a lot. It's the only thing we all have in common. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. That was my friend Kevin Barnett's catchphrase. We're all gonna die. He was a Jamaican man from Florida, and whenever he was bombing, he said, we all gonna die. He would bomb so hard, he had to remind people the futility of human existence. We're all gonna die. And then, you guessed it, he died. That's the funniest joke he ever told. It should win a Mark Twain Prize. That's how funny that shit is. Because Mark Twain also famously predicted his own death and loved using the N-word as much as a Jamaican man from Florida. Don't cough again. Can't be coughing now. What the fuck are you doing? What's wrong with you? This whole shit's about to get shut down. This is a very expensive production. In the front row. Who the fuck? Gee, I know why you've been thinking about death. Killing everyone around you. Jesus Christ. I almost died recently. I almost died last year, John. Hell, I'll tell you. You ever died?
I can recall.
You've never died. You ever been blackout drunk?
Oh, last night.
Congratulations. You've died. Blacking out is when you die, John. Blacking out is when you die and you wake up in a new space-time continuum and you've been afforded a brand new opportunity to live your life in an entirely different way, and yet 24 hours later you're like, shots, 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 shots! I died last year during the summer of hard seltzer. Truly's, High Noons, and of course, White Claw. One night I had 20 mango White Claw. That's not exaggeration. Over 5 hours, I had 20 mango White Claw. After 7, they're just water, you know? And I got blackout drunk, and I hopped on a Citi Bike in Chinatown, New York. Yeah, you know Chinatown, that place full of really good drivers and pedestrians that always look both ways, Chinatown? Blackout drunk in Chinatown, and I know I died because I saw my life flash before my eyes when I saw all the chickens I'd ever consumed hanging in a restaurant window. Blackout drunk. Rode 4 miles, no shirt, no helmet, no recollection. Get home to my wife, and she's heated. She's like, what the fuck? How the fuck did you get home? You could have died. I said, the coldest shit I've ever said. I said, it ain't living if you ain't dying. What's that mean? I don't know. I hope to find out someday. Passed out on the punishment couch, obviously. Woke up the next morning, and I had to reevaluate my relationship with alcohol. I took a long, hard look in the mirror and said, you know what? It's time to quit biking. Great decision. I'll never leave you, Mango. You're my one and only. You ever thought about your relationship with alcohol?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have. That's what you have, by the way. You have a relationship with alcohol. anything you bring to your lips that often, you at least hanging and banging. You understand? Americans, we have a very abusive relationship with alcohol. We drank more in the last 2 years than we've ever drank in the history of this country. You know that? We drank more in the last 2 years than we've ever drank in the history of this country. Americans looked death in the face and said, cheers. And I know this firsthand, because my dad has a liquor store. Cash only, obviously. And I would talk to my dad every day. Dad, stop going to work. You're not essential. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to get sick. You're a smoker. Stop going to work. He'd be like, no, Nimesh, these people need to drink. And I didn't get it. I didn't understand why. I didn't understand why we were drinking so much until my wife and I both got coronavirus. We were locked up in the house for 2 weeks. At the end of those 2 weeks, I called my dad. I said, Dad, you're preventing murder-suicide every day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your service. Every day at 7 o'clock, I clap for my dad. I'm like, yeah, you the real hero, man. Fuck these doctors. I've been thinking about my relationship to alcohol. I owe most of my life to alcohol. My love of hip-hop, for one, is from alcohol. Because my dad's store was in a black neighborhood. He'd come home with the wildest CDs. The first album I ever listened to was hip-hop's hardest hits. It was Dead Wrong by Biggie, Hit 'Em Up by Tupac, and the Rough Riders Anthem by DMX. And yo, I heard, I was like, yo, I need Timberland boots immediately. My 8th grade picture is me in tan Timbs, a silver Rough Riders chain, and green contacts. I had no idea who I was, but when that chain oxidized, it really brought out my eyes. It was beautiful. Indians have a very interesting relationship with alcohol. And I don't mean Native Americans, I mean my people. Any natives here? Any natives here? Wow. What have we done? I've only met one Native American my whole life. It was in the whitest place I'd ever been, Denver, Colorado. And he had the most Indian name I ever heard, Larry Bearshield. And I was out after a show, and I see another brown person. I was like, hey man, just checking in, just in case some shit goes down. I got your back, you got mine, you know what I mean? And I was like, are you Latino or something? He goes, nah man, I'm First Nation. I was like, is that some kind of Mexican gang or? Nah, I'm Native American. I was like, oh, you're Indian? Me too, let's have a drink. He did not like that. Cut to 2 hours later, me and Larry are fucked up. And Larry is hilarious. I was like, Larry, what are you doing here in Denver? And he leaned in real close. He's like, man, I'm visiting my friends at part of Bill Cosby's favorite tribe, Arapaho. I was like, oh my God. Larry. Now, me and Larry are best friends, okay? Larry and I start playing this drinking game called Take Shots and Be Racist. I don't know if you've ever played it before, but if you're not being racist while drunk with your friends, you're wasting both friendship and alcohol. And Larry starts going off the rails almost immediately. He's like, us Indians, we got a lot in common, right? Like, you love all that corny-ass jewelry. You guys can't handle your liquor. Us natives, we're real spiritual, but you guys worship monkeys. I was like, Larry, that's some hacky-ass racism. You better watch your mouth before I build a pipeline through it. We're friends. And now Larry's tomahawk chopping me, I'm yoga flaming him. We're having a great goddamn time. At one point, we're getting so loud, the bartender pours 2 drinks, and he tries to cut us off, takes them back, and Larry turns to him and is like, listen, man, you can't Indian give to some Indians. I'm like, yeah, Larry, you tell that cracker. Now Larry and I are trashed, okay? And I finally ask him, Larry, why does this stereotype exist that Native Americans drink so much? And he gets up all angry and shit. He's like, we drink a lot because the colonizer robbed us and raped us and left us with this firewater to deal with our generational trauma. And he's all humping around and jumping around. I was like, Larry, relax. It's gonna start raining. And he gives me a big old bear hug. He's like, you piece of shit. And he sits down and he reaches into his satchel. And he pulls out this turquoise medallion, this beautiful turquoise medallion, and he hands it to me. as a prize for being the best racist. He says,